Here we go, folks. It's starting 11 prediction time for tomorrow's home game against Hibs. That's a big game for us. Hibs have obviously had a little upturn in form under Jack Ross. They've won 3 games since he took over. They've moved up to 6th in the table now, currently sitting in 22 points. For us, I would expect all the big players to come back into the team after most of them sitting out Thursday's game against Cluj. So I'd expect us to be back to as close to full strength as we can be, back to the hunt for 9 in a row, and 3 points an absolute must. So we'll start with the team. In goals, as we always do, Fraser Foster, big man, will come back in after a stupendous performance last weekend. Won the game single-handedly for us. Absolutely phenomenal shot stopper, probably the best I've ever seen. He'll be in goals, no doubt. On the right back, Bauer started there on Thursday. I think he's going to start there again tomorrow. I believe Frimpong is suspended. I think it's kind of like the Cedric Kipre one for Motherwell a couple of years ago against Sinclair, where he was booked for the next league game and then the next cup game. I think Frimpong is suspended, so it's got Bauer at right back. In the centre half, Julian and Ayer, who had a half each against Cluj on Thursday. Obviously, we were all worried about Julian getting booked. He didn't get booked, and then he was hooked at half time. Ayer came on for the second half, so those two should be fine to play at centre half. Left back, big one for Neil Lennon. A lot of choices now. Obviously, Johnny Hayes picked up that injury in the cup final last week. Taylor's looked good when he has played, and now Bolingoli is back. I think he's going to go with Taylor in this one. I think Taylor's level of performance has been good. He's been consistent since he came in, and I don't think Bolingoli's quite there in terms of sharpness, and I think we've seen that in spells the other night. In the midfield, again, big players back. Scott Brown, captain in the team. Brilliant for him to get a rest on Thursday, even if he was suspended. I think regardless of whether he'd get booked against Rennes or not, he was going to sit that game out. McGregor as well alongside him, a huge player for us. Got better as the cup final went on last week. Massive for him to get a rest as well. We know all about how much football he's played, so it'll be good for him to feel the benefit of getting a rest on Thursday and to be back in the team having a free week. So Brown and McGregor in front of them. Ryan Christie, fully expect him to come back in. We know his fitness levels are brilliant. He was another one that really grew as the game went on. I thought we went down to 10 men in the cup final last week. Christie really stood up. His energy came to the fore. He was tackling, he was blocking crosses, he was everywhere. So I think he'll be back in the 10 position where we can get the most out of him. And on the right hand side, James Forrest, another big player for us who sat out the other night, and I think him again, like Christie, being back in his natural position can really help him find that good form that we've seen recently. On the left hand side, El Yunusi's back. He obviously played the first half last week, didn't look sharp at all, so maybe I don't think he's ready to start. I don't think he's ready to start this game. Mikey Johnson was the one standout from the other night. He played in the 10 position for most of the game before he was moved out to the right hand side, but I thought in the 10 position he was really effective, driving at players, leaving them for dead, dribbling past them. I thought he was the only bright spark on the night for us. So I think Johnson is going to start on the left hand side tomorrow against Hibs, and up top I hope it's going to be Odsonne Edouard. He obviously again sat out, couldn't start the cup final last week. We really struggled without him, but you see the difference when he comes on, becomes that vocal point for us. So good at holding the ball up, so good at linking the play for us, and I hope he's back to start tomorrow. We've seen Lee Griffiths get a start against Cluj on Thursday. Good for him to get 90 minutes under his belt, but I fully expect Edouard to come back in to this game because it's a big one for us. That's the team I've went with. Like the video, comment with your own thoughts below. Who do you think's going to start at right back and left back? Those are big positions for Neil Lennon where there's a lot of competition. And are we going to see Edouard come back up top? Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back tomorrow with all of the post-match content from Celtic Park and the post-match pint back in Malone's. Thank you.